What's going on, traders? Welcome to the new video. I want to walk you through my September monthly review. Now, it's not the hottest of months compared to June, July, or even August, which was a little bit slower than previous, but September is probably one of my slowest, worst months of the year, and I actually did end slightly green, so we'll take it. But I definitely want to go through some of the trades, if not most of the trades, and specifically the ones that probably could be avoided, just aren't needed, aren't my style, out of pocket for me, maybe why they happened, why I could probably avoid them next time, and all that good stuff. But if you like the video, make sure you like it, share it. I'll be posting on Twitter as well. But I really just want to take you through most of the setups here. You can see the last day of the month here on the 30th actually kind of saved it, which I was kind of unaware of how we only ended up $500. And I made 1.3 on the last day. So I was actually red heading into that final day, which was good to get that green day on the 30th to have another green month, right? Keep the streak. But you can see the ratio up top here, day win percentage, 11-4 to only make $500 isn't the greatest, right? I won more days than I lost, clearly, with the red squares to green. But the profit on the red days, or the loss, I should say, way too big. I need to slim down that max daily loss, which is what we're going to go through on most of the trades here. That I did win more days than not, but when I did lose, boy, was it a big one. 3K and a 2K and 1,000, right? If we could have just kept that like a 246, my green days are 600, 500, some smaller ones at 100 and 200. So the risk reward was all off, right? When I was losing way too much on that given day. So I was still winning more days than not, but definitely need to fix that. So I have since then, towards the back half of the month, slimmed down my max daily loss to around 500. That I can't physically lose more than 500 per account. It'll lock me out, right? Where I thought 1,000 was like, yeah, 1,000 is a good enough size, allows me to take 2 or 3 trades, but it's just way too much considering I don't have a single. I have one. Well, I have a few $1,000 days on the back half because I'm trying to make it back. Leading up to that, my wins were not 1,000, so I should not be having losses of 1,000, right? So let's just go break down some of the trades. I have them pulled up here. Lower highs, lower lows. We're gonna skip through some of them, not skip, but try to keep up. Pretty basic stuff in terms of the structure. If you're confused, you can slow it down, rewind it, all that good stuff. I'll always try to walk you through my trades the best I can, but just don't want this to be a super long video. We have the lower highs, lower lows, break a lower day view up, clear shorts. I just got out of this at break even as it tried to make a new low and it comes back up because it just wasn't moving very quickly. Sellers are in control. Let's move for a new lower day, right? It slowly chugged its way there, but my patience got me out of that too soon. So there was a break even there. And then this is probably the worst day that set the tone for the month. This is only on the 4th, and this was that first $1,000 day here that we see where I just lost way too much. And it was all because it was probably tilt. I'd say it's tilt. I go short. It moves my favor, but not 1R. Comes back, stops me out. I then flip to longs because I could have seen the longs to begin with of like, well, we are back above New York and a higher day view up. The trend's overall bullish. Okay, let's long it. That one goes in my favor a little bit, but can't hold either, right? So I got 2 moves to go in my favor a little bit, but just not enough to close it. So they actually both take full losses. And I believe that was it. Maybe there was one other mistake squeaked in there that caused it to be $1,000 day. I just couldn't find a nice mover on that. But the signals, I shouldn't really flip flop like that. I should pick one direction, have some conviction in it, and just wait for that 1%, 1 cent to present. Then now the next day, how do we bounce back from that? Higher highs, higher lows, new high day, retest to New York. Yesterday's New York, outside this opening range high here. Beautiful trade, clean, in trend. I got a nice entry price. It goes up to 1R. I got a few off, not full off, which I should do, always look to do, but definitely can argue that yesterday's mistrading of taking on a big hit, I want to stay in this a little bit longer to go try to recover as much as that loss as I can, rather than the small, consistent stack of wins. We'll slowly get that win back, right? So I didn't get the max 1R win on that, just size-wise. I pieced myself out. You can see the rest get stopped at break even. That leads to this poor re-entry, as it just wicks me out break even. Bullish again. Oh, wow, this is going to continue higher again without me after it pins me out. So I add back in and I take a loss. So I don't know. I don't remember exactly if I was up still after that or down. And this is after later on in the day, after actually came for a new low day, hold the initial balance low, breaks, I make some of it back, right? So just scratching and clawing, right? Poor day yesterday. mismanaged today following that tilt day the previous. And then we have this one. After I made the money short down here, I know it's a little bit behind my head here. What the hell am I buying this for? Lower highs, lower lows, clearly bearish at this point of the day. The 15 minutes making new lows. I'm trying to be all cute and call the bottom here just because we're around that all-time high view up. And it pins me out because I was just getting in front of a moving bearish train. So not my setup. Could have avoided that. Could have avoided many of these we went over or handled them better. On this day, clearly bearish. We put on a handoff. That's what it eventually comes back to. This was just that Friday sell-off when it was just moving without us. No real significant pullbacks. All right, let me get in the market and see if we can catch some more slide. This thing's not stopping. It's not slowing. Let's get in and catch some momentum. So we do that. We get 20 points on a 9-point stop. It's a nice 2-hour move. Snag it. ADR. I'm out. Clean there. This one, now that we've seen it more and more, just too early on in the day probably. The open has came in sideways where, yes, we're underneath New York, but what's the bias for the day, really? Like, are buyers in control or sellers in control since the open? How have we been moving for the hour that we've been open? What are the stocks doing? What's the VIX? This is at 9:49. We've been open for 19 minutes. There's not enough story to be written to give me enough information on what direction I want to take this in. It's probably just a premature entry. I normally like to see one side broken of this opening range, this black line, and then maybe try to go get the bottom or the top, whichever one it breaks first. But this one probably is too premature because honestly, this one breaks out of the open range high. Now it's looking like the trend's bullish. I could probably try to find some longs up here now. So just too early on that one, which is exactly what I do. It makes that new high, pulls back, break of high debut up, clean trend, right? Was this a different day? This is on Friday. That was a different trade. I think I exited out of it. But this one, break for a new high day. This is on NQ. That's why it looks a little bit different. But I was shorting ES here, and this is NQ's version of it. Clearly holding up bullish with higher highs, higher lows, break of high debut up, clean trend continuation. Keep it simple. Shouldn't have been in that first one, arguably. Just too early. Not enough structure to say, yeah, longs look really good, or shorts. And this is the next day. I love this one. This is our classic gap fill from Edgefill. Lower highs, lower lows since the open. It respects this New York view up in black. Opening range low. Break again. Sellers maintain that control. Let's go fill that gap, which is this blue border here. You can see the gap shrinking and shrinking. And we finally fill it. It goes all the way to yesterday's New York, and then it bounces from there. So nice take profit level. I got out before then. I think I was in and out of this in 1 minute because it moved 18 points in total. I just got my 10, and I got out. Clean trend there. I like that one. That one then turns into this bounce off yesterday's New York VWAP. Try to buy it off that bottom as it was slowing. Sellers couldn't just send us lower, although it was breaking this lower day VWAP. Yesterday's New York is holding it. So maybe shorts aren't the play because bigger picture, I still am bullish. And it does go up 11, 12 points for me. And I was just greedy. I didn't close anything because it comes all the way back down. And I get a donut. So that's poor because I was lower risk on that because I was already up on the day. So the figure I was seeing was not enough. But I was also forecasting or just, I had a thesis behind it that we probably wanted to go take that opening range high if we can get back inside this range, which we couldn't. But I was hoping we would because we still only broke one side of that opening range. But I think at this point in the day, that idea is probably dead. It's still lower highs, lower lows, very bearish sentiment. You can see it just slices through yesterday's New York later on. So poor there. This one, not my favorite looking trade, right? Clear bearish. Now we're looking to find longs. But we are at least back above the New York VWAP, finding some structure in our favor. And this is kind of similar to that idea I was talking about here. Once we get back to this black line here, the opening range low, I'm looking to take it from bottom to top. And I don't get this full move. You can see my notes here. I get out here once it gets back inside the range because I trailed the stop pretty aggressively to just secure $200 at worst, which was too aggressive because then just pinned me out and then moved to my target. So a little bit mismanaged there. But then this one, anyone that's seen any of my streams, any of my YouTube videos, anything, clean bullish structure, healthy pullback, break of a high debut up. I take these on ASFX TV every Tuesday and Thursday morning live with you guys right after the open or a little bit after the open. You see me take these trending trades because this is my bread and butter. And now the BSC members are taking the same things as well. But this one's just a power hour trade with Zach and Austin. Clearly bullish trend. It's a break of high day, but just very slow and dead for the last hour of power hour. MOC wicks me out. Not my best trade. Don't really need an MOC trade during power hour. Whatever. Another one. Clean, beautiful, bullish trend, all above New York. Healthy pullback, strong break of this purple high day VWAP. What does it do? It continues trend. Nothing more to say about that trade. Very clean. You should be able to recognize that and understand why I was in that just by looking at it for 30 seconds. This one, pretty wonky open, down and then back up and then back down. We get a new low day, pull back, strong break of low day. VWAP as well as back outside the opening range low and initial bounce low. Just pinned out as I had to stop at recent structure. Unfortunate. All right, well, let's get back in because sellers stepped us right back in right afterwards. That goes a little bit in my favor, tries to make it back to low day. Can't. Comes up, stops me out. For some reason, I thought I should flip my bias and now buy it because we're back inside the range and we rejected the lower day. We couldn't make a new lower day. So I try to buy it, and then it breaks the lower day view up again, telling me to sell it. I get out of that. And then, oh, wait, no, we're still holding that lower day view up, so let me sell it again. What are we doing? I don't know who that was, but that was not the Evan you know and love. But really, what have we done? We moved sideways, 12 points at most, like just up and down. There's no new information saying, oh, yeah, longs are dead or shorts look really good. It's moved sideways. So that's normally where my tilt days or my worst over trading days happen, is when it's sideways. I'm trying to pick where that next pop is going to come rather than just flowing with it and riding the wave. We're going to speed through these last ones. A little bit bearish, pullback, lower day view up break, clean, simple, right? This one, again, very early on in the session. Probably just don't need it super early when it's been a sideways open. Could this have popped and made it to high day? Sure. But I'll just wait for the bullish sentiment to come in, and then I'll look for some high probability longs rather than try to catch it nice and early when it's chopping sideways. And then I try it again. Without another new break of New York, it's actually moving lower. Try to buy it again. Silly, silly. Then it breaks the lower day. I finally give up on the longs. Break up lower day. Stop at structure. It just pins me out and then tanks. Give me a bone. Throw me a bone. Just can't find my luck. But just a scratch and claw a month. Obviously, a lot of it's my fault. A lot of mistakes and amateurness coming out that was not there previous months and weeks. So definitely want to sharpen that back up. Just get back in the pocket. Get back to simple, effective trades that have been working for me. I have high confidence in them. Just rinse and repeat them. This one, break back above New York. At least it's breaking back above New York. And we have a stat above us that it probably wants to break both sides. So it goes and does that. This one, beautiful. New high day, pullback, respects this level cleanly of initial balance high and opening range high. Break of high day view up. We get a nice, beautiful rise. This one, what are we doing? Bearish structure. Bearish structure. Lower highs, lower lows. Below the New York VWAP. Yes, this is the first break above it, but it's the first break. Sentiment's still been very bearish. That could this win? Could this go higher? We kind of just looked at a markup that looked similar. Yes, but I think more times than not, I need to be with the structure. So I need to be seeing higher highs and higher lows to long it, and lower highs and lower lows to sell it. That's just where I manage best. That's where I trade best. That's where I should be. That's my wheelhouse. Just like this. It then falls for the new low day. Clearly bearish sentiment today. We respected this level. We're below all VWAPs. A small pullback, break of low day, clean, easy trend continuation for 4 or 5 minutes. Why am I overcomplicating it? Trying to buy this over here, Just got to slow down, get back to this lower high, lower low. Respects New York, pulls back, break a low day view up, clean trend continuation. Simple. Got to be in those. This one, higher highs, higher lows. Retest the New York view up, break of high day view up, trend continuation. Lord, why couldn't I just do that all month? Don't know. But, so you can see here, the 3 red days, the over trading day here where I went up and down, 3K. But that one also is copied. So it was $1,000 per account. Like I said, the max they lost was 1,000, so too much. Where this one was on one account, just $1,000. The cuts added up. You can see 170, 190, 300. And we can just go back to this DRC real quick. That was on the day I went up and down, up and down. So not beautiful. That one was just on one account, though. We could live with that damage, even though it's not great. But the 3K and the 2K, definitely got to send those back down. Get the losses to be a lot smaller and match our winning days. And then I have proof and confidence that, let's go back to August. I'm going to win more days than I lose. End the day green more times than I lose. So now it's just a matter of, okay, well, let's make sure on the days we do lose, they're not ginormous in comparison to the losses or the wins that one loss, I have to now have 5 green days to make it all up. You know, I want to have it just scratch it out, break even, right? We're up 600, we lose 300 the next day. Okay, we're still up. We make 400 the next day. Beautiful week, right? So just stuff like that. But I think you can see by most of the trades, a lot of clean, trending, Evan Dyer trades in there, which is obviously good. I want to be keeping those on the front to take those the most. But a few out of pocket management days of just, what are you doing? That's not you. You're trying to be cute. You're trying to know where the market's going to go and try to force things that could it work? Sure. Is it your best play? No. Do I need to be in it every time? No. So going into October, I really want to just hone back in on what I do best. My trend continuation plays, a break of a high day or a low day VWAP with the structure, with the trend, not trying to call the reversal or call the whatever, right? Just what is the market telling me currently, and not try to forecast so much that this could be a really good price and it's going to now change direction, right? I want to be trading with the direction it's already moving and just catch my little piece, ride the wave, get in and out, stack them, $500 days, $600 days, whatever. So I'll definitely be keeping that risk back down on the max daily loss side of things. So we shouldn't have this problem, literally, because it can't happen. I can't lose 3K a day again with that setting in place, which is good. And then on the winning side of things, we also want to not probably have like a $26 day, unless it is like a well fought, oh, I went down, but I came back up. But I just don't want to end up with donuts that were self induced because I was greedy. Because looking back at the end of the month, I'd like to have a few $300 day there, $200 day there, but in the moment I didn't close it or something like that out of greed. But overall, happy to end the month green. And really, it's kind of nice because I felt like I was getting beat up because I just couldn't catch my stride of like stringing nice trades together. This week too, I did. And then this one, right back to like the old habits. I was like, this just happened on the 4th. We're doing it again 2 weeks later. And now we did it twice. But just want to get back in the stride, back in the pocket, feeling confident, and then just slowly stack up. We're gonna look for the end of the month. I'm trying to trade it for the whole month, not just be like, okay, what did we do on the October 2nd, October 3rd? No, I'm gonna review it at the end of the month. I want to be green by the end of the month. Try to have as many green days, as many green weeks in that month, but I want to take my best setups and not have to trade so much and have these out of pocket days, right? Just slow it back down, quality over quantity, and we'll get back to these June and July as we were putting up, right? 12K, 2 red days, very well sized. Let's just get back to that. All right. So I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully, you found some value in my markups. If you want to learn more about these trades, I'll always be talking about them on ASFX TV and taking them live with you guys through the open, as well as if you're in the ASFX or if you're in the BSC with us. Obviously, you have access to all my trades, all my markups, and questions all the time. But yeah, appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And let's have a great October so we can do this video again, but even better. All right, take it easy.